Welcome to KINTV, where we talk about bringing legacy stories back to life. And we're going to talk about some of the stories that I produced when I was a stringer for the local ABC affiliate back in the 80s. And during that time I enterprised my own stories, including I spent a whole summer doing a story on the black bears. It was a 4-part series because it took a while to see my first black bear. When I did Pursuit, I was able to take a mule that they gave me. His name was Adolf. They love mules because they're sure-footed up there in the mountains, and especially up against uneasy rock and loose soil and so forth. So I had no problem traveling with a mule to pursue these animals. I was still carrying my big pack of camera and a lunch and extra batteries. It took us 2 or 3 tries on a Saturday morning to find the bears.
"12-year-old Okie is a veteran treeing dog. To become a reliable strike hound, it takes about a 5-year apprenticeship. The best school is a weekly hunt, and the bear is the required course of study. Bud Hutchings has hunted the hills of Utah for 30 years.
One of the roughest sports with dogs that there is.
More than a sport, it is a way of life.
But the bear is about the hardest animal there is to tree.
On this hunting trip, no one carries a gun.
Most of the guys I know have never killed a bear. We take pictures and we take other people out to enjoy them.
Shooting the bear would kill the future of the sport. Hutchings will stare the ground for tracks all day if needs be, until his head aches from concentration.
It probably takes 20 years before a person ever gets to where he's good at it, where he can tell tracks, the freshness of them. Before the dog strikes, you're anticipating a strike so bad that when he does strike, it just kind of makes your blood curdle.
It is almost impossible to follow the dogs through the brush and oak. You only hope the speed of sound can keep up.
The voices will drift up more than it will down, and if you stay high, you got more control of the dogs.
Can you hear them?
Yeah, I can hear them. I think they're running hot, yeah.
It is not certain what kind of stress the chase places on the bear. However, houndsmen claim to be conservationists.
If a bear gets chased by dogs and men on horseback, they would develop a fear. They wouldn't be as apt to come around buildings or campgrounds or that sort of thing.
The hunt is on-the-job training for the younger dogs. Therefore, the bear is pushed down only to be treed again. The dog's constant wailing is almost deafening to some, but to a houndsman, it is the sound of success.
It'll never make the top 10, but it's the most beautiful music I've ever heard.
You feel like you've accomplished what you set out to do once you get it in the tree.
With the dogs tied up, the bear is pushed down the tree for a final time and left alone.
That mountain way out there, called Pump Mountain. And it is a place where we, with the Wildlife Division, put a big culvert trap for a black bear. And it had a little trap at the end held by a vice grip. And if they started playing with the bait, the vice grip would hit a rope and cause this gate to fall while they were in the back of the culvert. And that's where we would capture a black bear. And so we would go there every day to check that trap. We moved it here and there to different locations hoping to catch a black bear. And we spent 2 months doing that.
Once I heard that sound and knew that it was a bear, it was just an awesome feeling. I was really excited about it, hoping that all the welds in the trap would hold up. She charged the end of the cage, and we just, fall right back. It scares you to death. Puts your heart right up in your throat.
After 2 months without a hit, a biologist jackpot, a whole bear family captured in the same trap. When the trap was first set, rotting fish were strung up in the wind advertising to any local bear. A feast was served. More fish and pastries were placed at the back of the culvert, while a sack of elk meat would be the trigger releasing the steel door.
Later, to find out that we had 2 cubs in there, besides the sow, it was exciting, something that you just wouldn't believe could happen.
Processing 3 bears will be a difficult chore. They must all be tranquilized and examined at the same time before they awake. Needless to say, the reaction of a protective mother defending her molested cubs could be an unpredictable situation.
They're out quick, but as soon as you hit them, they turn around, they got the needle right out of the syringe.
Dave Braun and other BYU graduate students will help in processing the bears. The dose must be exact. Too little only makes the animal drowsy. Too much could cause paralysis. The main objective of this project is to fit a special radio transmitting collar in order to study the lifestyle of the bear from a distance. The cubs, being smaller, are first to react to the drug.
Okay,
He's not really sounding joyful.
Hi, sweetie. What are you doing tomorrow night, huh? As the bear starts to go down, it's almost like a big teddy bear.
Milk is extracted to test the health of the mother. But with the long night caged up, her cubs have left her dry. It is practiced to remove a tooth for positive aging purposes. But in an attempt to escape gnawing on the grill, she broke off 2 teeth.
Get it about as low here as you can, about like right here. Okay, let's go. She's about 235, 225.
She is a healthy
Back,
female.
the rear
A
pack.
sow can weigh anywhere from 180 pounds to 250. Some boars can reach twice that much. The cubs come to as quickly as they first reacted to the drug. Their instinctive reaction is to run up a tree, but are still numb under the influence.
I've always been a hunter, and I've always wanted to hunt bear. And now that once I've worked a bear this way, to not kill a bear and to be able to work with it, know what it's doing, and just learn all about the animal is thrilling.
The mother, barely conscious, stumbles to the shelter of the brush to sleep off her scientific ordeal, and later will be reunited with their young a few miles away.
Thanks for watching KINTV, where we bring legacy stories back to life. Some of them may be my old news stories that I used to do, and some are about you and what's your movie about. Please subscribe and follow us.
Good girl. Good girl.
The livelihood of Doug Seuss is dependent upon the black bear. As an animal trainer, his once orphaned bears are actors for wildlife and theatrical films. Bart, a 1,300-pound Kodiak, was a yearling when he doubled as Ben in the TV series Grizzly Adams. Jack, a 100-pound yearling, is still learning the ropes.
The bear has captivated the imagination of all mankind from the onset of mankind. Probably one of the few wild animals, or the only wild animal, that has total dominion over its domain.